Big one today, how to monetize your Facebook page.
This is your business page. How is it working for your long-term business? Are you struggling to get followers? This video is going to look at the basics of how you can monetize your Facebook page. First, to look at the rules, requirements, and standards that Facebook expect from the business pages, and the content that can be monetized on their platform. We will then look at the ways to optimize your business page. Hi, my name is Jenny Brew from Nomadic Hero. Let's get into the video.
Looking at how to monetize your Facebook page. There will be two videos. Part one will consist of looking at the rules first. Very important. Then we'll look at engaging content. Some tips. Part three will be tips for optimizing your page, what you need to be thinking about when you're setting your page up, how to make it look the best you can. And last but not least, in part one, we'll look at the Creator Studio itself, and this is Facebook's equivalent to the YouTube video creator as well. We'll move over to part two, which will be the second video, and we'll look at those eligibility conditions again in Creator Studio, because they can be quite prohibitive and look difficult to satisfy. We'll look at ways to get around that, and then we'll quickly look at strategy for both the Facebook pages and then Facebook groups.
Now we're in an area called Facebook Blueprint. I will put the link down below in the description. What it says here is there are 3 rules for monetization. If we go to the top here, to be eligible, your entire page and its content must adhere to the monetization rules. How well you and your page follow the rules will determine the monetization eligibility. So we've got community standards, we have partner monetization policies, and content monetization policies. And remember, we're just looking at what are the rules to monetize the content here. It's not rules for not using certain content, that is taken up in the community standards themselves, but the monetization ones are strictly related to the types of content that can be monetized on Facebook. If we take a look quickly at the community standards, the sorts of things that they're involved with, and if you haven't read these before, suggest you actually go and have a look. It talks about authenticity. You want to make sure the content people see is authentic. That's important. Safety, we are committed to making it a safe place. Privacy, they will respect people's privacy and right to information. And dignity, all people are equal in dignity and rights and so forth. I'm not going to go on any further with that, but if you want to look, by all means go and take a look for yourself. Partner monetization policies. Again, these are quite long, and you can have a look at each of these pieces, but the key area for us as content creators: share authentic content, share original content, monetize authentic engagement, and that is actually captures the key to what Facebook are looking for. Going back now, the content monetization policies, again, take a look at these for yourself. They're quite long and there's a lot of detail in here, but it's actually really good information to tell you what Facebook wants to see as far as content is concerned, and particularly content that can be monetized. This is the sort of content that can't be monetized, and it gives you some clues as to the types of videos that are not acceptable. Behaviors they don't like. Engagement bait, I'll talk about that a bit further later. And there's a list of restricted categories, and of course you can learn more back through there. So they're the 3 areas that we really need to focus on in terms of just understanding what Facebook really want. Moving on, Facebook has some commentary in some of the information, and it makes comments about making engaging content. This is what Facebook really wants, and what it wants is meaningful content that focuses on connecting people, content that generates authentic reaction. Now, what they mean by that is that people want to come back. They will repeat their return on a regular basis, come back and look for more content in a similar vein to what they've seen, so they become engaged. And those sorts of posts, Facebook will make them appear higher on the newsfeed compared to other posts. So they are rewarded for higher engagement levels, authenticity, and meaningful content. Now, what they do say is they do not like engagement baiting. And again, remember, this is just for monetization. But what they call engagement baiting is react baiting, asking people to react to a post. Okay, and that's like, you know, the little emojis and so forth. The comment baiting, asking people to comment with specific answers. Share baiting, asking people to inauthentically share the post with their friends. And tag baiting, asking people to tag their friends. In their view, this is inauthentic behaviour, and as far as monetizing content, not on. Facebook doesn't like it. Referring to content, here are some tips about what doesn't work on Facebook. Don't share YouTube video links. That page post won't get much reach or engagement. YouTube is Facebook's main competitor. If the video is yours, load it up to Facebook from your local environment. If the video belongs to someone else, look for it on Facebook and share it from the original owner's upload. Tip number 2. Link posts for any article, blog post or website that lives outside the Facebook ecosystem will get the lowest reach and the lowest engagement. The average organic reach is now 1 to 6%. As Facebook is trying to serve high quality, meaningful content in the feed, memes or quote graphics aren't working anymore. They used to, but they don't now. In fact, according to BuzzSumo's research, video posts outperform photo and still image posts by 73%. That's a big number. What works on Facebook? Video gets the best engagement on Facebook, followed by question posts, and photo posts come in third. Why does video work? Well, video works because Facebook is watching the movement, the slow movement of television viewers and the advertisers who will eventually follow those viewers. So they are looking for advertising income. Question posts work. Why? Because they take up less space in the newsfeed. This is important because 90% of Facebook users use mobile devices. A well-crafted short question makes you want to respond. Facebook wants the content in the newsfeed to drive meaningful interaction. They want people to hit that comment button, not just tap a reaction button, and they want 5 words or more in those comments.
I have now moved to a full business page just to have a look at how you should be optimizing your business page. Now, you should notice the difference between your personal profile and your business page. Personal profile is what you need to set up when you first use Facebook. The business page is set up from the personal page. There's plenty of videos around that show you how to do this. It's actually very, very easy, and I won't go into that. So what we have here is a business page, and there's certain features that I will point out that you need to be aware of to help yourself in your ultimate aim of making some money out of this business page. So first and foremost, this is your profile photo. Now, it should be your logo or a photo of yourself, whatever. It's very important to get this right so that people can see this and can make the connection between you and the image that's shown here. Now, that photo should be 170 by 170. It's a square photo. Okay, if you put a rectangle in there, it'll look a bit peculiar. Now what you should do is always make sure you have a link. Oh, I don't want to do that. Just have a link to the profile photo. Now what you'll do is make sure that you have this link here. Wherever you want the person to go, always put a link there. You don't want to waste an opportunity if someone clicks and shows some engagement on your site. And you should put a little caption, and the caption should look at who you are, what you do, why you're different, and a call to action, which is what I've got there. So each and every time you put a photo, make sure that you put that call to action as well. Now the same thing applies to your cover. This is your cover here. Now what I've done here is put a little click here on it, just to show people that you can click on that photo. It's not necessary because people will often just click anyway, but it certainly encourages people to click, and when they do, they get the same caption or a different caption, but whatever you want to put here, that follows the same sequence: who you are, what you do, why you're different, and a call to action. Now that call to action may go to a website, or it may go to a landing page. Okay, and that landing page could actually have an opt-in sitting underneath that, which in this particular case mine does. Alright, so choose your photos carefully. I always choose pictures of bridges, so it's just what I do. Moving on, you should make sure that you use this call to action button here. I've got mine set up to go to learn more about your business, and this one will take you through to a website as well. What else should you do to optimize this page? You should always make sure you fill in your about page. There's a lot of detail there that really is important. For example, you need to have your website shown here, very important. Your email address, very important. Where they can catch you on Messenger, very important. Also, username. Now, the username will show up here, and you'll probably be able to set that up instead of some great long number that people won't be able to find you on Facebook. And I think you need maybe 25 likes or fans or followers to be able to set up a name. Now I couldn't even choose my name because someone else had already chosen that one, so you'll just have to play around a bit to find one that works for you. Yes, about. Make sure you fill in the about description. That will show up if people search as well. And there are different categories you can use. If you're producing videos now, this is a relatively new thing, you should put in a category showing video creator. That will also help your page. Your story, make sure you fill this one in. Mostly importantly is just to get that link in there, that link back to your website or your landing page. Your story is whatever it is. This is where I started off, being all cloudy and foggy on my bridge, and I didn't know where I was going. Anyway, that's a different story, so make sure you fill that one in. And last but not least, you probably already know this, but you can in fact click those three little dots there and view your page as a visitor. It's always good to see what other people see when they come into your website, and you'll find a lot of the other stuff that was appearing here has now disappeared, and that gives you a pretty good feel for how the thing is set up. Right, now let's have a look at the Facebook monetization tools. We're going to go to Publishing Tools, and then we're going to go to Creator Studio. Okay, now I'll put this link in the description as well. Creator Studio is where you can post, manage, monetize and measure content across all of your business pages. and it gives you a good idea of the monetization opportunities that you might be eligible for. Now there is quite a big requirement to use some of this stuff, so let's have a quick look through that. This is the name of the page here. If you've got other pages, you can click down and have a look, so you can look across all of your pages or just one in particular. Now what we want to do is take a look at monetization, which is here. Okay, so first off we need to look at eligibility as whether you can monetize with Facebook. Now for this particular page of mine, I haven't been paying it much attention, I have to say, and I am totally ineligible to monetize any videos that that I have on my site at the moment. So what you need to do is have a look at the requirements, and this is a good summary, even though mine are red. This is a good summary of the requirements for you to be able to use Facebook's monetization tools. Now there's a requirement to grow your followers. You need 1,000 followers. That's the first thing. And then there's a second part to this, and that is about the engaging content piece. They look for engagement in the last 60 days, and there is a time requirement. So if you've got a brand new website, you still have to satisfy this 60 days requirement anyway. So 15,000 post engagements in the last 60 days. Now this is the key. Or 180,000 minutes viewed between all of your videos, or 1 minute views for 3-minute videos. Now what that is saying is, yes, you must comply with this one, and one of these will do. And what that will do is give you eligibility. This will stop saying ineligible. It will give you eligibility for Facebook to make a decision on which of your videos are able to be monetized so that you can make some money from them. The third leg to this obviously is that you must meet policy guidelines, and that is the partner monetization rules that I began with at the beginning of this video. This has gone green. It would be red if I didn't comply with that one, so at least I've got one. But yes, I've got a bit of a slog here to work out how I'm going to grow this such that these will eventually all go green and I can make some money from some of the videos. Now if we look at each of these monetization tools, this is a really good summary of the tools that are available and the requirements for monetization using each of those tools. And you'll see that it's a little bit different for each one. What we have been talking about here is in-stream ads. I think the name used to be ad breaks at one stage, but it seems to be morphing into this term. You will see the terminology ad breaks through some of the training, but I think that just hasn't been updated at this stage. The requirements: best for videos at least 3 minutes long, content suitable for ads, and the eligibility. At this stage we're probably more concerned about the eligibility. 10,000 followers. Remember previously we saw 1,000 followers. And now this is as well as you need to have 30,000 1-minute views for 3-minute videos. There's a big requirement there, and you must satisfy both of those before you can actually get paid for advertisements being put into your videos. So there's a big step, there's a big hurdle here to be able to satisfy that eligibility requirement. If we look at a different monetization method, the eligibility is the same as we have already seen. And if you want to collaborate with some brand partner, and between the two of you, you can produce content that satisfies the requirements, then these are the eligibility requirements for that. And fan subscriptions is what it is, and I'm not going to talk about that very much because it's currently invite only, and for us mere mortals, we've got a way to go before we actually get to that point. Well, there's been a lot to cover in this edition. Facebook is fairly broad, the issues are broad. We might stop there, and I'll continue on in the second video, how to monetize your Facebook group. Okay, as ever, if you enjoyed this video, please, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so down there, and ring the bell for updates. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.